I was alone for a couple of years. Then I decided to work with people. I started to grow, and this idea of working with people came out of a problem I had as a graphic designer. I had very early a burnout, and there was this moment when I thought, or where I was fearing to design the next page. And I mean, you're all going to be at this point one day. I hope not, but maybe you will. And this was a hard moment for me because I found out that I'm very limited in my skills, in what I can do. And I always wanted to not be limited. I always thought I can do whatever I want. The world is open, and I'm so creative that I can design the world the way I want it. And but I found out that some parts of it I can't do. And by accepting this, that I'm limited, I gained freedom, and I started to open up myself, and I started to work with people. And I started to work with people who are much better than I am. And these people you can see now here. So I'm still in there as a personality, but you can see each piece in it is a different personality. But it's a team. It's kind of an engine that works together. And there's some things which are really important for me to work with people. And one thing is respect them like you want to be respected. Let them be who they are. Diversity is the key for growing. Trust them from the bottom of your heart. Let them fail and learn. They will gain strength and self-confidence. Give them as much freedom as you can. Let them go. It sounds a little bit like parents, you know? I had to leave some go, and it was so hard for me. Yeah, and a lot of things happened during this time. I want to show you what we did through the last 15 years. We need sound.
She told me the news, turning me on when my lightsaber got stuck in. Are you coming? 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 You didn't stay on account of a crutch, and I'm making from fucking too much. And I know what I'm doing at all points, dear. Did you sell me to Wanderlust? And I'm fearful of flying, and flying is fearful of me. And I covered my eyes when she told me the news, turning me on when my lightsaber got stuck in. Are you coming? 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 Are you coming?
So, this is the end. You have seen everything now, what we did, and now we changed a little bit the speech. I'm focusing today more on the design for music and to leave all the big things out. Nowadays we are a multidisciplinary design studio, like every design studio is. We work for the big boys like Nike and Microsoft and Mercedes. We also have and support very small labels and artists, and we do a lot of corporate design, for example, for the Bauhaus, Dessau, and a lot of things, a lot of other things. And funny, this is an image we shot for a conference in Australia, and last year. I mean, it's a big, you know. For example, in Germany, every year 4,000 graphic designers are leaving university. What the hell are they going to do? 4,000 people in Berlin. We live in Berlin. We work and live in Berlin. In Berlin, every year 1,200 designers open their own studio. Economy is rising only 3%. In this business, and I think that the big guys like DDB, they make the money and not the small ones. So, you know, somehow it feels like a little crisis, or like a really big crisis. And funny, when you start to speak on conferences about graphic design, they all have a subject. Here is zero. It's like going back. My year of zero is 1968, the 2nd of April, when I was born. And I have a zero, I think, every day. But there were, I mean, zero sounds somehow nice because it's like it starts. But last year there were like, the Typo Berlin was about passion. And everyone was talking about, you know, like David Carson was showing surfing people, nice girls, food. That was his passion. Quite interesting. For a design conference, and it was all about, you know, like you have to be, you know, designing is something positive, and for me, passion is the other way somehow. Also, you know, it hurts a lot, and I'm losing a lot of things because I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm investing a lot of energy in things, and in projects, and in companies, and in products, and whatever, and it never comes back sometimes. And I'm losing somehow social life and private life. So the passion is also like suffering. And so Art Directors Club was about the positive future. And then I went to Australia, and it was about optimism. And I thought, I need something to show a design studio in a very optimistic way. We are so optimistic in the future, and it's Steffen Bunte, an intern from us. He's a photographer. He shot this photo, and it's like it's referring to a movie from I forgot the guy. Dean Martin, James Dean Martin. It could be Dean Martin too, yeah. No, James Dean, and the German title is Denn sie wissen nicht, was sie tun. Because they don't know what they do. And that's completely right. We don't know what we do. We just do whatever we do. I always tell my people, you know, like students or whatever, I always tell them, don't trust me, because I don't know it. Everyone who tells you what is right is wrong. Tattoo it somewhere. There's only one truth, and it's the truth for you. So, guitar, you know, that's how it looks like, you know, like in the studio. We have fixed gear bikes, for sure, like every design studio. We wear American apparel. We use telephones and Apple computers. we do barbecues, you know, social life. For me, it's very important where I work, and it's very important with whom I work. This idea of being self-employed or having my own studio is an idea of a free idea of a, yeah, it's a life thing. I can decide for whom I work, I can decide with whom I work, and I can decide the way I work. And that's, for me, one of the big engines. My engine is not winning any awards. We don't care about awards. Awards are, if you want to win an award, ask your mother to bake her a cake or something like this, you know, because you're the best boy or girl. Awards doesn't mean anything. So what we do, we focus much more on the process, on the design process, on the daily life. It's not just what comes out in the end, it's about every day's life. I want to go to my studio and I want to be happy when I'm coming home. That's the most important thing in my life. And I don't care if I'm getting rich or not. It's all about having a good time. And yeah, it sounds cheesy, but it is. So, I mean, you know, like, the music industry completely crashed down. When I started, there was a golden time of the music industry.